Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. We're at Lake Anita State Park. I'm on the Royal Zenfield today, the Classic 350. Put about over 2,500 miles on her now. I just did a video a week ago. I think I released a couple days that had 1,500, but anyway, so we're adding up the miles. And I got to tell you, I just love this bike. I just absolutely love this motorcycle. It all starts in the garage. I go out to my garage. I've got four or five bikes out there. And it's the easiest one to roll out. It moves around the easiest. It's got the lowest center of gravity, the shortest wheelbase. It does everything. Then around town, it's a blast to ride around town, run errands. It's got these big bags. We'll talk about those in a minute, to pick things up at groceries, things like that. You know, when I get on the highway, the thing's just a dream. You know, the 50 to 60 mile thing is just a real treat. Anyway, I've ridden it enough that I'm starting to worry about tires. You know, my Himalayan, I think at 4,000 I needed a new tire. This one's got 2,500 or 20, well, I'll have over 2,600 when I get home. I put about 110 or so on it already today. And I'm about 40 miles, 30 miles from home. But anyway, yeah, so I'm starting to wonder what kind of tire to get. My initial thought when I was going to get one of these bikes was I was going to get a Signal series, and I was going to get one of these military looking tires for the thing, you know, and I don't think I want to do that with this thing. I think I want to put a good, yeah, as much as I'm riding it, and I just really love riding this thing, I think I want to get a good, you know, like a Michelin or something for the back. New addition to the bike, this is a Bigfoot. That's the Indian flag. The new Royal Enfields are Indian motorcycles through and through. They're built in India. They're probably designed over there. I don't know where they're designed. I assume they are, but they just do a great job. Every year these bikes get a little bit better, and I'm pretty proud of the fact. I'm very proud of the fact that it's a very good Indian motorcycle. You know, when people ask, I can tell them all about it. And of course I wanted a Bigfoot because I'm Bigfoot crazy, right? Other things on my list, they had to put a new Speedo on it because the Speedo was malfunctioning, so they put that on a couple days ago. It reset the miles. Let's see, watch right here. I think I have 435 miles since they put it on. They put it on 3 or 4 days ago. We talked a little bit in the last video about how this is so down, you know, so far down that it's hard to see when you're running down the road, but you know, it really doesn't matter because the bike doesn't go that fast anyway, and you can tell when it's going over 60. The other thing we talked about was the mirrors. I did some adjusting. I've gotten this mirror in just the right position now for traffic. You know, that always takes a while, it seems. They still vibrate. The vibration is 50, they're about clear. 55, they start to give a little vibration. By 60, they're full bore shaking. So the add-ons that I would like to do to this bike yet, I don't know. I'd like to get a windshield, but I don't want to get a windshield. I like the idea of riding a motorcycle without a windshield. I've got other motorcycles with windshields if I need one. You know, I got my Himalayan with a great big windshield, great for rain days. I like the idea of keeping one without a windshield. So the problem I'm having is bugs and birds. We aren't in the full-blown bug season yet, but you can see, you know, so that really hasn't been a problem so far. I've got my helmet, I've got the windshield on there. You know, I really don't get a lot of bugs. It's something about how the air flows around it. Birds are an interesting thing. I cannot tell you how many times a bird has almost flown into me on this bike. It just seems like they're attracted to it or something. Maybe it's the sound, right? Fuel economy is another thing. I've been monitoring every tank, especially now that I got a different speedometer and that I've checked the speedometer. I get right at about 60 to 61 miles a gallon. I would like to tell you that I always stay below 60, but I was just on the interstate going 75, you know, so. Oh, and by the way, that's another thing. The bike, if the wind's with you, it will go 75. If the wind's against you, you're in trouble. But, you know, I knew the wind was with me. I did about 10 miles of interstate, and it bounced off the rev limiter the whole time. So right at 70, 75, I think 75. I GPSed it with my phone, and this thing will actually get up to 75 and hold, you know, hold right there. The bags, let's talk about these bags. I was asked about these a few times. I wanted a military style bag. My original plan was a military style bike. Well, I wanted these bags anyway, and I find them incredibly useful. They just seem to do, I get groceries in them. You know, I had to get stuff the other day for a birthday cake. I turned 60, so. And anyway, and I just filled this thing full of stuff, you know. Plenty of room. Right now I've got a jacket in there that I may need before I get home tonight. So, you know, they're rugged, they seem durable, they are easy to work with. They were kind of hard to get in and out of in the beginning, but now that I've got the hang of it, you know, works great. I added this, that's where I keep my Tylenol and wrench and cords and things like that I might need. Little comparison, yesterday I have a 900 Triumph T100. I rode that bike about 130, 140 miles yesterday. That bike is silky smooth, handles awesome, goes really fast for an old guy. And I just loved it, absolutely loved it. It was a beautiful bike. I meant to ride that today. I got out to the garage, and as much as I love that bike, and I think I'll ride it tomorrow, as much as I love that bike, this is the one that called to me, you know. This bike has a magic feeling to it, I've called it the Zenfield. It's got this thing going with it where you just want to ride it. It's comfortable around town. It's easy getting out of the garage. It's comfortable around town. It has incredible manners on the road. It's quiet. I'm at Lake Anita State Park. I drove up on 2 deer already. Well, and that's not unusual in this park, but you know, the one I'll put a picture of it. The one just stood there. Here's a picture right now. Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. I don't know if you can see that. That's it. There he goes. That was a deer. So anyway, the bags are great. Love the foot pegs. Got the new Bigfoot sticker. Thinking about a windshield. This seat, just might as well mention that. Every day that gets a little better. I'm Fuzzy Biker, and I'm going to go put some more miles on that hot rod. If the weather's good where y'all are at, get out and do the same. Wahoo!